cha, 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 Igbo kwenu, ue. Cha, 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 Igbo kwenu, ue. Cha, 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 Igbo kwenu, ue. Abia kwenu, ue. Anambra kwenu, ue. Ebonyi kwenu, ue. Enugu kwenu, ue. Imo kwenu, ue. Nigeria kwezuono, iyorororo. Haja. Hello, beautiful friends, loved ones, and families. I welcome you all once again to my Igbo segment. This is Mr. B.O., a full-fledged Igbo son and teacher of Igbo language, culture, and traditions, including general issues that affect our lives, the lives of the Igbos, and the lives of the non-Igbo, including the general public. Today we are going to talk about an interesting topic. All the topics I usually raise are very interesting. Okay, today's topic is called IGBU ICHI. IGBU ICHI. IGBU ICHI is a ceremony in Igbo land. It's traditional, totally traditional. So this IGBU ICHI cuts across all parts of the Igbo land. So when you talk about IGBU ICHI in the real setting of the Igbo, it's known and it's welcomed and adored. So what is IGBU ICHI? IGBU ICHI is not a mere title anybody can just come, pay some lump of money and they be given to. So IGBU ICHI is a ceremony or a title given to someone that merits it. Okay? So it's not something one can come. It's not all about what you've done for your community. Maybe you built a town hall, you built a school, you built a hospital, you kind of give them a borehole, you sank a borehole for them to have potable drinking water. So, potable water, sorry. Now, it's not just that. It's not what they look at. But if somebody who wants to undergo the tradition or the ceremony called IGBU ICHI, if the person has done all that and still wants to be, given the ceremony, wants to get that IGBU ICHI title, that's okay. IGBU ICHI is not something that kids do. It's not something that little men who have got no livers do. It's something about courage. Yeah. It needs courage, adequate courage for one to come out and say he wants to undergo that ceremony or rather be given that title or undergo that, what it takes to hold that title or be given the title. It's not something you talk. It's not all about mere talk. It's about talking and doing. You understand? That's what IGBU ICHI is all about. That's what it entails. Before anyone comes for that IGBU ICHI, the person wants to get that IGBU ICHI title. Like I said, the person has to be a very brave person, someone who is so courageous, someone who can fight, who can, take bullets for his community, for his people, someone who can fight for his people, someone who can stand for his people, who can speak for his people, someone who would always be there at the forefront for his people, not a coward, not someone that when they say, "Who," the person will disappear. No, not that kind of person. Not that person that when something terrible begins to happen, the person will hide behind his wife, want to be protected by a man woman. Why is the man who is supposed to protect the woman? So, not that kind of person. The person is not qualified for the IGBU ICHI. IGBU ICHI is for men of courage, those who are so courageous that they can do anything, no matter what it is. So, once one thinks he is qualified to undergo the IGBU ICHI session, the person has to make the community to be aware of that. So now they will look at the person is high standing, and the person is not a questionable character. So once the person has pass such standards, now the person is qualified. Okay, so on the Igbo ICHI day, the person's relations, one of them is his wife, has to be there, Then the wife, some close family friends, or some close family members have to be there, about two, three, four. So about three, four people have to be there too. Then those who have undergone the Igbo ICHI title will always be there too to supervise how the Igbo ICHI session is done. So they are all going to gather there. Then the head of the Igbo ICHI, the people who belong in that who belong in that group called Igbo ICHI, the head will be there. He's the one that will, do all the necessary things that need to be done before the person is conferred a full Igbo ICHI member. So they will have a knife. They will usually get a knife. So the knife, a sharp knife, that will give great incision. Then they will get charcoals. The charcoals, the ones that come from the stove, the local stove. They will have to get pieces of charcoals and place there. Then some dry meat, dry fish, and pepper. Good pepper will be there too, fresh pepper, or the one that have been ground, peppers that have been ground and they're stored in a tortoise case or some other cases as well. So such a thing has to be prepared and brought forward too and placed on the table. Now, people that will hold a man during the incision, after every other thing has been done, there are some things that are done, some things that are esoteric, which would not be done in public. Those things have been done behind the camera. All right. So now, strong man, not just any strong man, people that are close to the man who is undergoing the Igbo ICHI session will be the ones to hold him, because there is every likelihood he will pick up, he will take off and run away because of the pains. This incision, where you use a very sharp knife to cut somewhere, I wouldn't know the part of the body that is cut, but incision is incision. So I don't have to go beyond, my precinct or my boundaries. So now this courageous man will be held so that he wouldn't take off, he wouldn't run away as a result of the pains he would get after the incision. So they will now do all the, the chantings and use the knife to cut that particular part of the body which needs to be cut. Then, of course, the part of that part of the body should bleed after an incision has been made there. So while the person need not run away, he does not need to take off. So it's one of the tests that have been set up. If the person takes off after the incision has been made, the ceremony will completely be, forestalled. It will not continue. They will cancel it. No matter what the person has spent, everything becomes total rubbish. So they want to test the person's courage, during the court. So now, when the court has been given, you don't have to start feeling some pains. So while you're undergoing the pain inside you, which you don't want people to know, people around you there, they'll be telling you, even your wife will be giving you names like Diomam, which means my good husband, Obim, which means my heart, and so other pet names the woman will be calling the man. While this is going on, the woman, that is the wife of the man, will be feeding the man with the fish, with the dry fish or the dry meat, mixed with some portions of ground pepper. You understand? It could be fresh pepper or dry pepper. Either of the two goes. So the man will be eating that to douse the pain he's undergoing. Or the pains, the agony. So he'll be fed, the wife will be feeding him while the friends will hold him. So once the decision has been given and he starts feeling the pain, they will now see him as someone who is not going to run away. So while this is going on, as the wife feeds him, the wife also uses the charcoals to rub on the parts where the incision. This is not the part it's usually done. So don't say because I'm touching the part of my rib that it means this is where the incision is given. So that's just it. The charcoal will be applied there. The wife will do that at the same time as she feeds the man with the dry fish, which he mixed with the dry fish or dry meat, which she mixed with the pepper. That's the way it goes. So after all that, a big ceremony will take effect. Their food and drinks and assortments will be available. People will eat and drink, and the ceremony will, continue because the man has stood the test. The man withstood all the pains. So finally, he has been given the title. He has undergone the Igbo ICHI and be recognized as one of the Igbo ICHI people. It's very interesting. You need to watch it. All right, guys. See you some other time. Bye-bye.